Hey guys, welcome back to another 5-minute morning. Thanks for tuning in with me today. And all right, I have got a topic for you. I'm literally living through this right now, and I thought, why not record a podcast about this very topic? Because I know that even at this stage of the game, if I'm still struggling with this, I think so many people are probably doing so as well. I have been personally swamped. I've got the launch of my book coming out in just a couple weeks. We are recording more podcast episodes than we ever have for the show. I've been doing a big media tour for the book, and just all of the things, traveling. Also, I've got this little thing that I'm planning in November called a wedding, as you know. So all of these things together just become a lot. And I've had so many people ask me, Candy, how do you do everything that you do? Where is your work-life balance? And so I just want to let you in on a little secret. I personally am not into the whole work-life balance subscription. I unsubscribed to that a long time ago because I've been doing this a really long time. Now, before you tag me and run to the reviews and say I'm some toxic hustler, let me explain. Although I do not do work-life balance, I do believe in something called work-life integration. And before we get too far into that, I just want to share a disclaimer. Work-life integration is not for everyone. Some people need that balance of 8 hours of work, and they need 4 hours at home, and they need 8 hours of sleep, and they like to have these pockets of time. They like to go and veg out and watch Netflix. You enjoy maybe playing video games, and if that's you, that's okay. That is not me. I tend to achieve work-life integration, and I think that it can be very healthy. So if you're like me and you're just feeling like the work-life balance is impossible, I want you to be free of judgment. So often people are trying to seek and find work-life balance, and because they feel they don't have it, they feel like they're missing something. And then all of this stress and anxiety gets circled around it because, oh my gosh, I'm working too much. I believe that we have seasons in life, pockets, when we go all in on our dreams at work, and we go all in of our dreams of a family, and we go all in on our relationship. And that's why I think that integration is a better word. And as an entrepreneur, we often get shamed for not having a good work-life balance. And the reality is most of us don't, because that business, in order to really build a successful business, to create something scalable and sustainable in the beginning, before you have proof of concept, you're going to need to go all in. You're going to need to do more than what most people think is required. You're going to do more than what your neighbor Bob thinks you should be doing in order to get that business off the ground. But there has to come a time where you step back from doing all of that busy work and really decide what it is that you want to build, and not just your business. You have to make sure that the business you're trying to build also aligns with the life that you're trying to build. Now, something that I talk about in my book, The 9% Edge, which is coming out, depending on when you're listening to this, it may be out in a week, it might already be out, but I talk often about how entrepreneurs find themselves in this trap where they end up getting golden handcuffs on. They end up not being able to go to Target on a Tuesday or show up for their kids' soccer practice. They end up really creating a cage for themselves. And I think that work-life integration is really what's going to give you the freedom to work wherever and whenever you want, when you're feeling those pockets of motivation and inspiration while still living your life. And so for me, I can tell you that if I'm going to travel for business, I'm going to try to have some fun. If I'm going to travel for fun, I'm going to try to do some business, not just for the tax write-off, but also because it gives me the ability to blend it. I'll give you an example. I'm going to New York City to be on a big media tour. So many cool, exciting things. I can't wait to share all the behind the scenes of what we're going to be doing in New York. But while I'm in New York City, while I'm going to be doing media opportunities and interviews for the book and checking out the Times Square billboard that we are going to be on for the book, I'm also going to be shopping for a wedding dress, right? That is work-life integration, where I'm doing a little work, I have family that is coming in to see me, and then we're also going to go have a glass of champagne and go to Kleinfeld's and shop with Randy. So there's all these different ways that you can merge and morph your work and your life together so that you're not trying to achieve some balance that feels like it's so far-reaching and so unachievable that then you feel like you're in lack because you don't have it. The biggest advantage of having work-life integration really gives you flexibility. And we know as business owners and entrepreneurs, sometimes work needs to be done at night. Sometimes it needs to be done in the morning. Sometimes it needs to be during work hours, and sometimes it's not during work hours. And with traditional work-life balance, you're trying to just clock in and out of these pockets of time. But when you integrate your schedule, you can create lunch with friends, you can go to the doctors, you can go to the gym during working hours, and then you can spend all night doing the work that you missed. For me, that's what works. I feel that there is no line between work and life because it all really becomes one. Because you can go away like I just did for a few weeks, but still ran my business at a very high level, still accomplishing things, having meetings, doing everything that I wanted to do while being away while I was doing it. Now, again, this isn't for everyone. If you really thrive in trying to balance it all out, don't change your approach. Like I always say on the show, take what you want, leave the rest. I just like to share what has worked for me because so many people ask me, how is it that you run a nonprofit and you run this business and you have investments and you have a SaaS company and you run a podcast and you're doing these events and you have a book and you're getting married and you're moving, right? There's so many things going on, and I find that finding a way to integrate it all and batching my work and having boundaries around my time is the only way that I can achieve what I've been able to achieve over the last 26 years and continue to today. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thanks so much for tuning in and spending this time with me today on our 5-minute morning. I hope this helped in some way give you clarity of how you don't need to try to perfectly balance work and life and that you can integrate it all together. Because really, in order to build a successful business and a successful life, you need to have them coexist. Okay, guys, thanks again for tuning in and spending this time with me today. We'll see you next time.